Алло, друзья, меня слышно? Привет! Так, сейчас я выключу музыку, сделаю ее потише. Вот. Привет, друзья! Привет! Как ваши дела? Рассказывайте, пишите в комментариях, кто здесь уже. Если вы меня хорошо слышите, пишите. Сейчас будем пытаться настраивать. Я еще не эксперт в стримах, поэтому а, могу немножко что-то сделать не так. Но я вижу Джордж. Привет, Джордж. Привет, хост. Так. So today, guys, I'm gonna speak half English, half Russian. So if you don't understand something, I will be translating from time to time and switching between different languages. So don't worry. There will not be any subtitles for this video later because it's going to be a long stream for a few hours. And yeah, so let's just hang out. Давайте напишем. Вы меня хорошо слышно, да? Х0, окей, отлично. Так, ну пока ждем, чтобы люди подключались. Так, окей. Вот. Да, расскажите, откуда вы, друзья? Спасибо, Хаски. Откуда вы? Вот. Из какой вы страны? Вы из России, из Англии, из Германии, из Китая? Пишите в комментариях, откуда вы. Будем смотреть. Я пока тут пытаюсь кое-что сделать. Так, ага, Америка, Австралия, отлично. Окей. Еще? Кто еще есть? Какие страны? Интересно знать. Так, сейчас добавим тут кое-что. Вот. Мгм. Так, а кто, другие откуда? Из Америки, из Австралии? Вы не сказали. Говорите, мне интересно. Откуда вы? Вот. Ага. Американцы и австралийцы. Да, я думаю, потому что the time zone that I've chosen right now, it's mostly for either Americas, да, Канада, Америка, которая сейчас у нас. У вас вечер, да, you have evening. И те, кто у нас живет в Австралии, в Азии, Новой Зеландии, у вас утро, доброе утро. Вот. Так. Мгм. Да. Я вообще сегодня пришел сюда, потому что хотел сказать вам об одной очень важной вещи. Но прежде чем мы начнем говорить о ней, давайте просто поболтаем. Так. Да, у вас есть какие-либо вопросы? Вы можете меня спрашивать. Да? So today you can ask me any questions you have about Russian learning, about I don't know, generally. Да. И сейчас у нас осталось еще 2 часа до конца, как сказать, until the end of the Black Friday, because we have the course that I've made. I was making this course for last year, for almost for 2 years. 2 года, да. And this course made for beginners, for like early beginners. If you're still struggling with listening, if you still have difficulties with understanding Russian, this course is the best for you. I recommend you. It has about 60 hours worth of, sorry, not 60 hours, 6.5 hours worth of videos, and it's about 60 videos, right? And it has all the topics you need for everyday life when you learn Russian. It's about has go into the store, and it has the restaurant, the traveling, you know, like the daily life, the hobbies, everything, and it's very made like step by step. So I'm gonna talking about this from time to time today, as a promoting myself. Yeah, and I just want to tell you guys right now you have a couple of hours left. Actually, to be precise, it will end in 1 hour, 2 hours and 20 minutes. So and we're gonna stream until then. Maybe we'll see. And yeah, if you want to go, I have the link here. Let me write down for you guys. Секундочку. Так, так, так. I need to write down here. Так. Мгм. Окей. Секунду. Мне нужна секунда. Мгм. So, course is так. Мгм. Секундочку. Сколько нас уже людей смотрит сейчас? Я пока не вижу много людей. 10 человек. Ну вот 10 человек уже неплохо. 10 человек — это лучше, чем ничего. Better than nothing, huh? Вот. Для меня стримы — это до сих пор очень такая новая вещь. It's quite new thing for me, the streams. Вот. Потому что, yeah, I'm not very experienced with that. Вот. Ам, let's see. А? Так, вот. Да, значит, вы видите, ссылку. You see the link, and this link can bring you to the course. Yeah. So if you still learning Russian, if you're still a beginner, I really recommend you to try this out because it will help you. And it takes about couple of months to go through all the videos. I mean, you can go much faster, but um, it's up to you. You can do it faster, you can do it slower. But don't forget, you need to write down also the, what do you call it? The code, promo code. The promo code is Black Friday 23. Yep. Yeah. So you can see the link. You can see the promo code. You can go right now, check out. You can, yeah, see. You have only a couple of hours left. Да. Ну хорошо. That's out of the way. Let's just continue. So, ваши вопросы. Я буду отвечать на ваши вопросы. I'm going to be answering your questions, and we're going to start with that. No, it's not for B1 plus. It's for about A0, A1 level, around A1. So, этот курс для начинающих, for beginners. Yeah, if you're still beginner, if you're still struggling with understanding Russian, this is really powerful course. And with the Black Friday was 50% off. You can get 50% off for this course. Yeah, I I would take it if it would be, как сказать, it would be another language that I've been learning. Something like this would be awesome. Я хочу сделать такие курсы для многих языков. Like in the future, I want to actually create a similar channels like I have mine, but for different other languages. Obviously, I'm not going to be the teacher there. Вот. Но yeah, I want to like have this guided comprehensible input because it's a lot of comprehensible input on my channel, but it's kind of like all over the place. But what's the difference with the course? That it's step by step. Like each video is slightly more difficult than the one before. And yeah, I think it's amazing thing. So if I had something like that for other languages that I'm learning, that would be awesome. But for now, we don't have it. So with us to the Russian. And if you guys like it, if you support it, if you buy it, and you give us feedback, we can make it better, and then we can spread it for all the languages in the world. Может быть. No, I don't think all of them, of course, but at least many of them. That would be awesome. Ага, okay, we got the questions. Какие книги мне следует прочитать как новичку? Well, много книг есть. Я рекомендую для начального уровня читать книги для детей, которые не маленькие дети, не 5 лет, а для детей 8-10 лет. Да? So I recommend to read books for the kids about like 8 to 10 years old, because these books usually are not as hard as for teenagers. Like Harry Potter, I said that's hard. But at the same time, it's not so maybe boring like the books for 5-year-olds. And sometimes the book for 5-6-year-olds is like a fairy tales. And as much as we all love fairy tales, I love them too. But in original, they're not actually that easy. There's a lot of complex old words that nobody knows. So the best is to find the books for 8-10-year-olds, like a small stories. There is one actually that my friend really loves. It's called what is it called? Let me find it. Something that detective girl, девочка детектив. Let's see. Girl, Matsy. I remember the author is Holy Web, and it's quite popular in Russia. Yeah, Holy Web. So her books about Macy Hitchens. Yeah, the case. Yeah, Macy Hitchens. So in Russian it's Macy Hitchens. Вот. So that book I would recommend you to try. I'll write down here in the chat. Yeah, if you can find it in Russian, there's actually a lot of them. It's really great for beginners. Like, it's interesting story and yet very simple. Okay. If only I had access to the course a few months ago when I was still a beginner in reading and listening. Well, I know, but I hope that we're gonna make. So this is the first course we made, but we're gonna plan to make 3 more. Еще 3 курса, где это будет уровень А1, А2, А2, Б1 и Б1, Б2. No, yeah, it depends how this course will be successful. If this course is successful, if people like it, then we're gonna make more courses for higher levels, the same, like, step by step. And it's all up to you guys. Вот. So, yeah. Вот. Секунду. Так. Угу. Так. Окей. Хорошо. Какие еще вопросы? Давайте смотреть. Так, что тут у нас еще? Ага, спасибо, Хаски. Да, я рад, что мои видео помогают. Окей, вот вопрос. By Kimo Magdi. Is there a big difference between slang and normal Russian language? Конечно. Of course, there's a big difference. It's a lot of different slang words which exist in Russian, and not even a slang, but a colloquial Russian, the one people use every day. It's very different. Like, to give you an example, we have, for example, the word сегодня, and that means today. But a lot of people don't say сегодня, they say сегодня. So nobody would ever spell it сегодня, but the way we pronounce it, we really shorten a lot of words. And I had the video about this when the video is called "Do I Have an Accent?" Something like that. And there I kind of show you the difference, how I speak here, как я говорю здесь, и как я обычно говорю в настоящей жизни, right? So I speak much faster. So, and this word even говорить, we don't say говорить, we say говорить. Я тебе говорю, я тебе говорю, я тебе говорю, я тебе говорю. Да, то есть it's quite a big difference, I can say. But you don't need to worry about this for now, about slang and everything. Just learn the basic Russian, and then the slang it's usually will come later, unless you just want to have fun and just shock natives, you know. Okay. Mhm. Так. Is Russian similar to Polish? А, Спасибо за вопрос, Эдуардо. Да, да. Well, я думаю, русский похож на польский. Russian is similar to Polish. It's much closer than, I would say, many other languages. And yet they're quite far from each other if we're talking about all the Slavic languages. Like I've been learning Polish for almost 1.5 years, and I can say I'm pretty, I would say, relatively fluent in it right now. Of course, I still make a lot of mistakes, but it was not hard for me. I just had to listen a lot and see the differences. So yeah, but for example, Ukrainian is closer to Polish than to Russian, right? So I think the easiest language for Russians to understand out of all Slavic languages would be probably Slovenian. Sorry, Slovakian, Slovak. Yeah, because Slovak language is quite easy. Yeah, Polish have a little bit harder pronunciation, is a bit different, but otherwise it's quite easy still. Okay, J Lay. Спасибо за вопрос. Do you use the phrase 24/7 in Russian like we do in US? If not, what equivalent phrases do you have? No, we do have. We say 24/7. Да, я работаю 24/7. Да, так говорят люди. То есть каждый день. То есть, например, этот магазин открыт. Well, we have one more word. We say круглосуточно. I'll write down in the comments. Actually, I need to turn on English. I'm using right now my wife's computer. Я использую компьютер моей жены, но у нее нет русской клавиатуры. She doesn't have a Russian keyboard, so I need to put it in here. Yep. Okay, here we go. So, круглосуточно. Секунду. Круглосуточно. That means like basically all day and every day. Круглосуточно. То есть этот магазин работает круглосуточно. It works because сутки is like 24 hours and круглый round. So round the clock, like, you know, whole day. Круглосуточно. Okay. Ariel have a friend who was born in Prague. Okay, хорошо. You should interview Steve Kaufman. He shares many of your language learning opinions. Конечно, Стив Кауфман, я думаю, он очень классный мужчина. Сколько ему лет? Я думаю, ему почти 70 лет, да? He's almost 70. И, конечно, он не говорит идеально на языках, которые он знает. He doesn't speak perfectly languages he speaks. Но he does have a lot of vocabulary, and his understanding is pretty good. And I think that's the most important. He has fun with learning languages, and that's what is important. Да? Ему нравится изучать языки. Ему интересно, ему весело. Я думаю, что если бы я, like as if, like, or if I, если бы я был на его месте, if I would be in his place, like at his age and a lot of free time, that's what I would do as well. Изучать языки. Это очень круто. Я думаю, когда есть много времени. У меня немного времени, поэтому я изучаю только 4 языка. Вот. Но не 4, иногда только 3. I think I don't have so much time to learn 4 languages perfectly, so I kind of like slowly go through them more, some of them more, some of them less. Вот. Окей. Да, Czech is hard. Я не думаю, что чешский трудный. Я думаю, чешский он как русский. I think Russian and Czech in general, they kind of the same. So I don't think it's harder than other languages. Do you respect Ramzan Kadyrov, Ahmad Sila? That's a tricky question. That's a tricky question. Well, я думаю, что Рамзан Кадыров — это человек, у которого слишком много власти. He has too much power, и он ее, как сказать, использует неправильно. He used it in a wrong way, да? So he abused his power. So нет, мне не нравится Рамзан Кадыров. That's what I can say. I don't like Рамзан Кадыров. Вот. I'm curious, okay, let's see, this question is good. Husky. I'm curious, what's the point of твердый знак and мягкий знак, the hard side, soft side? Wow, big point. Because if you don't have these guys, especially the soft sign, a lot of words would sound completely different. So I can give you an example. We have the word, сейчас, секундочку. Where is this word? Let me write down here. Okay. So for example, we have the word von, and we have the word vonь. That's a very good example. So let me show you here. So von, it means get out of here, von. I mean, both of these words has negative meaning, von. But vonь, it means stink. Like it's здесь какая вонь, да? Ooh, it stinks here. Воняет, вонь. So von, вонь. For Russians, it's completely different words. I can hear it so easily, and that's why it's important. Von, вонь. Right? So you will not make some funny mistakes. Вот. And твердый знак, the hard sign, well, we don't use it so much right now as in the past. In the past, in the end of each word, there was a hard sign. If it's not a soft sign, it would be hard sign. I mean, unless there was a vowel, right? Like a, ye, you. Hard sign, actually, it was a I'm not an expert on the ancient Russian, so I wouldn't say how, but it was a different sound. It was not just hard sign, it was actually a sound, something like or something like that. Yeah. So it's like in English, a lot of really weird spelling we have, right? That doesn't make sense. But the same with Russian. Sometimes spelling doesn't make sense. And in the past, hard sign was everywhere. Now we put it away and we still keep it in some places. I give you another example for hard sign. We have, for example, the word сел and the word съел. Right. Секунду. Съел. Yeah. So you can see here, so сел, that means he sat. He sat on the chair. Он сел на стул. But он съел, you see the difference that the hard sign help us to separate the two consonant and the vowel. If we have a hard sign, we have s, y. But if we don't have y. We just say се. So you can hear се, съе, right? So съел, he ate. If you say он съел стул, he ate a chair, versus на стул. So that would be different, right? So it's quite important to have this thing. Good language, Eduardo. How many indigenous languages in Russian? A lot. In Russia as a country, right? So I would say we have 180 different indigenous people, like or ethnicities in Russia. 180, a lot of them. And that's why I don't think if all of them still possess their own language, but I mean, and maybe some of them even have several languages, but it's a lot of languages. A lot of languages. Да, очень много языков. Мгм. Ага, окей. Хороший вопрос от мистера Спарклса. Мистер Sparkles. Привет. Do you speak Vietnamese with your girlfriend? Well, во-первых, не girlfriend, жена. It's my wife, моя жена. И во-вторых, мы обычно говорим по-английски. We usually speak English. И только иногда мы говорим по-вьетнамски. Sometimes we speak Vietnamese. Я думаю, потому что мой вьетнамский еще не очень хороший. Да, мой вьетнамский, он неплохой, но it's not good enough to speak, like I can speak on everyday topics like about things we do at the house and everything, but if I want to have a deep conversation, that will be a little bit more challenging, and maybe my wife sometimes feel tired and she doesn't have enough energy just to like wait until like, oh, what did he say? So yeah, поэтому да, обычно мы говорим по-английски. К сожалению, unfortunately. I wish to have better Vietnamese, but hasn't get to that point yet. Вот. Так, что еще у нас есть? Мне нужно выпить воды. Так, одну секундочку. Сейчас давайте сделаем маленький... так, секундочку, я возьму воду. Так, чтобы вам было хорошо, слушайте музыку. Ой! Так, я здесь. Я взял стакан воды. Ставлю его на пол. Так, хорошо. Идем дальше. Так, что тут у нас еще было интересного? Угу. Интересный вопрос, точнее. Вы слишком свободный человек для изучения современного русского языка. Спасибо за ваш предыдущий ответ, при этом будьте счастливы. Я не понимаю, что вы имеете в виду слишком свободный. You're too free person for learning Russian, modern Russian language. Я не знаю. Ага, окей. Вот, хороший вопрос от Джорджа. Значит, how would you go about starting to speak Russian? Because I'm not very confident in speaking at all. Окей, ну, во-первых, если вы хотите начать говорить с кем-то по-русски, у вас должен быть... Okay, let me turn music lower. Если вы хотите говорить с кем-то по-русски, у вас должен быть очень хороший уровень понимания. You have to have a good level of understanding Russian. So if you have a very good level of comprehension, so I always say that whenever you learn a language, like your ability to speak should be here and your ability to understand should be here. And as one grow, another one should follow, right? It should not be like this. No, about this. So like you should understand, let's say 3 times or 4 times more than you can say. And then once you get your understanding really high, like by watching my videos or go into my course. Right, let me quickly put it up here. So I know, guys, you might say, oh, Sergey, promotion yourself, blah, blah, blah. I know, but that's what we're doing here. If you haven't got it yet, I have 50% off for Black Friday. It will end in 2 hours. So go check out the course because it will help you to improve your comprehension very well. Yes, so 50%, I think it's a good deal. 60 videos about 60 videos and 6.5 hours of content. That's amazing. Coming back to your question, George, though, so this is the first thing, as I said, to have very good high level of like understanding. I mean, more than you can say. The second thing, of course, is to find language partners. Найти языковых партнеров. Sometimes you can find it for free, like in a lot of apps like Tandem or Hello Talk, or many other places. You can do that. If you struggle with finding somebody reliable and stable, well, unfortunately, you have to pay for the teacher. Or you don't have to have like an expensive teacher, just a tutor, but somebody who would listen to you and let you to speak. So somebody who you're gonna feel comfortable with. So that's why sometimes people rather pay somebody than to have a native speaker talk to them. Because even though a tutor, if he's a good tutor, he doesn't have to know all the Russian grammar, but he can just let you to speak and listen to you. So that's the second thing I would say, to have somebody to speak. And the more you have people, the better, because you can start the same topics, the same conversations again and again. And the third thing, what I recommend is when you do the exchange, is to do audio messages. Send audio messages, because audio messages gives you time to listen, to understand what they're saying, and give you time to think what to respond, right? So you can even write down first in your language, then translate things you don't know, look in the dictionary, and then record your audio message. And if you don't like it, you delete it, record a new one. So this is a really good step. That's what I was doing with, for example, Polish. I started with audio messages. Like first it's 1 minute or 30 seconds, then I make it like 2 minutes, and now I can record 20 minutes or even 30 minutes audio message just speaking Polish. So I think it's a great tool. So remember these three things. Again, have higher level understanding. Second, to have more partners, right, or even tutor. And third thing is start with audio messaging, and after that, just go from there. Okay, well, we still have a lot of questions. Окей. Ага. Спасибо за все уроки, вы отличный преподаватель. Спасибо вам, что вы, мои слушатели, слушаете меня и поддерживаете меня. Мне очень приятно. Вот. Окей. Так. Та-та-та-та-та. So far, nobody bought any courses on Black Friday. What are you guys doing here? Follow the link. Okay, so at least I want to have 5 people, at least. That would be awesome by the end of the stream. Okay, so we have 2 hours. You have 2 hours. Come on, you can do it. So somebody said Guanda Wang. Let's see. 1 second. Yeah, here we go. So I watched the video about old Russian letter. So this is the yet letter. I think that's what you pronounce it. It's really interesting, and anyone in Russia is interested in bringing them back. I saw some pictures from Russian street use them. Well, I don't think people want to bring them back, because like usually how the language work is always in simplifying things. So what I think it might happen in the future with Russian, it can simplify itself, but not make it more complicated. So because we don't really need these letters, because we don't have those sounds anymore so much. So that's why I don't think, maybe some people do want to bring them back, and I also think it looks kind of cool. But if I have to be honest, I don't think the old letters gonna come back, because the language always go in a way of simplifying but not making it more complicated. So unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. Спасибо, Mr. Sparkles. Да, моя жена, она appreciate the effort. Where is Afar located? Okay, Ariel, it's a way quite common question. Меня не зовут Afar, меня зовут Сергей. Afar in English it means like from afar, which means from far away, right? In Russian, from afar. It's not in Russian from me. It's in Russian from afar, because the initial idea when I created this YouTube channel. Actually, first I had a podcast. I wanted to record a podcast with people from all over the world, but who speaks Russian. So that's why we connect each other from afar, right? From far away. And that's why I call it like this. But a lot of people think that my name is Afar. No, my name is Sergey. Сергей. Привет, меня зовут Сергей. Вот. No, that's normal. That's normal. Yeah, you need to understand more than you can say tinkering. Okay, let's see some other more questions. Okay, that's a good question. So from J. Lay, in English, would say I am when someone tell us to do something we're already doing. Like, take out the garbage. I am, like, I'm doing it already. I am taking it out, right? How does it work in Russian when, since you don't use to be in present? Well, if somebody tell you, например, моя мама говорит мне, Сережа, помой посуду, wash the dishes. Actually, probably my wife gonna say that. Сережа, помой посуду. I would say, я уже мою. Right. Well, we see we don't have this structure, so I wouldn't be able to say. Probably I would say я уже. No, but no, it doesn't sound natural. I would say уже мою. What? Like I'm already doing it. Just уже мою. So I don't have to say я. You just can say уже. So you just say уже and then the verb in a what is it? First person pronoun, right? Уже and then what you're doing. Я уже мою. Вот. Okay. Okay. Фелисе, спасибо. You should have told us at the beginning of the day instead of 2 hours before the end of it. I just bought a TV. Well, Ariel, it's good for you that you bought a TV. I hope you're gonna watch my videos on that TV. Well, next time I'll keep it in mind. Beginner of the day. I just thought maybe more people will spend their evening coming and hanging out with me here. Although it's not a TV, it's just 50 euros, right? So the whole course costs 99 euros, and with a discount, it costs 49 euro. It's much less than TV, I think you paid, right? Yeah. Okay, if you can remove any letter from Russian alphabet, what letter that would be? Oof, that's a good question. Well, I don't want to actually remove any letter, but a lot of people want to remove letter yo. You're probably familiar with that because you can see a lot of times in Russian, they don't write yo, they write ye instead, right? And I think it's terrible because, first of all, it's existing sound. I love this sound, right? Yo, you can say, yo my yo. It's like, oh my God, like, oh gosh, yo my yo. Or like, something happened, you're like, да, то есть ты выражаешь свое удивление, ты скажешь, ё-моё, ё-моё, like this, you can see. And yeah, that's why I think yo-my-yo, it's, that's why I think I don't want to remove any letters. I love all the letters from Russian alphabet. Yeah, like I want to keep it as it is. I think it's probably perfect. Yeah. But interesting question. Thank you. Okay, so no more questions, huh? All right, so we can try to do some story right now. And if you guys ready, I actually gonna check that everything is working with my other camera and we can try to start. So let me just move a little bit here just to see that everything is okay. Секундочку. Do a song? Нет. Нет. Нет, нет, нет. Сейчас я возьму маркер. Одну секунду, ребята. Окей. From afar. Привет, Марат. О, Марат, слушай, твоя фамилия Шаюдулин. Ты татарин, что ли? Если ты татарин, то передаю татарское привет. Только я даже не знаю, как сказать привет по-татарски. Мой папа наполовину татарин, но он сам не говорит по-татарски. Так что я не знаю ничего по-татарски. I just saw one man in the comments. His name is Marat, and last name looked like Tatar. And I said that I said hi because my father is half Tatar. And yeah, okay. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So, can you see my board? Вы видите доску? Так, we're gonna try to do right now. Only it's upside down. Я не знаю. I don't know how to make it. How to make it be the other way around. That will be a little bit difficult. Okay. Well, you can see the guy. Итак, давайте попробуем. Значит, now we're gonna try to create a character, and we're gonna try to give him a name, and we're gonna talk about him a little bit. I'm gonna try to draw maybe the opposite way so you guys can see. Ha! Okay, it's working. Хорошо. Окей. Итак, это... Кто это? Это мужчина или женщина? Как вы думаете, друзья? Кто это у нас? Мальчик или девочка? Я жду в комментариях, пишите. Так. Давайте. Кто это? Мне нужна ваша поддержка, друзья. Давайте сделаем историю вместе. Let's do the story together. So you answer what you help us to create right now. So first we need to decide on the gender. Вот. Это мужчина, это женщина, это мальчик, это девочка. It's a J man. Right. He does look like letter J. Хорошо. So, мальчик. Окей, это мальчик. Давайте нарисуем ему глаза. Да. Рот. Он улыбается. Этот мальчик. И как его зовут? Так, секундочку. Мне нужно сделать вот так. Ага. Вот, хорошо. Как зовут мальчика? Жду от вас, пишите. Кто первый скажет, тот так и будет имя. Алексей. Все, отлично. Значит, это Алексей или, можно сказать, Леша. Да? Леша. Сейчас мы напишем здесь. Я пишу вот так. Леша. Я пишу снизу вверх. Окей. Лёша. Значит, Лёша мальчик. Мгм. Путин. Нет, нет, нет. Мы не хотим Путин. А, так, давайте подумаем. Лёша, откуда он? М? Откуда Лёша? Он из Франции, он из Германии, из России, из Вьетнама. Откуда Лёша? Жду вашего сообщения. Пишите, пишите. На кого Лёша похож? Я думаю, Лёша, он из... Сейчас я нарисую его, как сказать, усы. Китай. Ага, Италия, Германия, Китай. Спасибо. Gotta appreciate inverted drawing skills. Well, это лучшее, что я могу сказать. Немецкий. Мгм. Давайте сделаем Лёшу из... а, а почему нет? Лёша из Германии. Хорошо? То есть Лёша, он немец. Вот. Да, Лёша из Германии. Хорошо. У меня где-то есть немецкий флаг. Ну, я не знаю, где он у меня лежит. Но Лёша из Германии. Да, он немец. Давайте напишем немец. By the way, guys, do you know why we say the Germans are, why we call them немцы? Why we don't say германцы? Немец. Ой. Ah, how does it? Okay, I guess it's like this. Да? Немец. So, Лёша немец. So why do we say немец? Why do we say немцы? No idea? No? So, because in the past, actually, I think the Polish people, because they were closer to Germans, when the first time they met them, they were speaking to them Polish or like ancient Slavic, whatever language it was, and the Germans wouldn't reply to them. They would just look at them like they probably would thought that some stupid peasants speak their own language. We don't even gonna bother to talk to them. And then the Slavic people thought, all right, so these guys are mute, like they can't talk. And in Russian, the word for mute is немой, like somebody who can't speak is немой. And that's why we thought, okay, those guys are mute, so немцы, the whole mute nation. And since that time, I don't know how many thousand years, I guess maybe 1,000 years, we still call them немцы. We do say Germania as a country, but the people are немцы. So on Лёша немец. Yeah. Okay, Лёша немец. И давайте поговорим немножко о том, как выглядит Лёша. How does he look like? Да? Значит, Лёша, он высокий или он низкий? Какой его рост? Да? Рост. Рост Лёши. Высокий, низкий, средний. Напомним, он мальчик. Да? Лёша, он еще мальчик. Так. Интересно, да. Ну, говорите мне, какого роста Лёша? Лёша толстый. О, сделаем Лёшу толстым. Ну, хорошо, пусть Лёша будет толстый. Лёша немного толстый. Он не очень толстый. Да, но он такой, оп, пузатенький. Да, хорошо, он высокий и толстый. То есть толстый, да, он некрасивый. Так, мне нужно перерисовать Лёшу, потому что мы не помещаемся. Да? Давайте сделаем, значит, Лёша. Лёша 2.0. Так, вот это глаза, лицо. И он очень высокий и немного толстый. Вот он, Лёша. Хой. Пуп. Да, по-русски это мы называем пуп. Я знаю, это смешно, по-английски звучит, но так мы называем пуп. Вот. Да, есть такая фраза, тоже пуп земли. Значит, человек, если он думает, что он самый главный, самый важный, if a person thinks he's the most important, the most cool, so we call this person poop. So we say that он думает, что он пуп земли. He thinks that he's like the belly button of the earth. Вот, so пуп земли. Yeah. Такая вещь. Да, we call it poop. This is a poop. The belly button. Poop. It's spelled like this. П. Так. Пу. Poop. Right. Это... Let me draw like this. Это poop. Вот. Вот. Да. Значит, Лёша немец. Он толстый. Немного толстый. И он высокий. Да? Высокий. И как вы думаете, значит, Лёша, он мальчик? Хорошо. Давайте сделаем Лёша, он уже не мальчик, он пусть будет мужчина, да? He's a man, adult. Otherwise, we're limited to the things he can do. Окей, значит, Лёша мужчина. Вот, большой мужчина, да. И как вы думаете, что Лёша любит делать в свободное время? Да? Какие хобби у Лёши? Что Лёша любит делать? Ага, we got one purchase. Yay, 10 minutes ago. Ура! Окей, Лёша любит есть. О, Лёша космонавт. Да, Лёша любит есть. Это правда. Он очень любит есть. Лёша ест очень много, да. Он немец, да, и стереотипный немец, да, стереотипные немцы, они любят есть. Ой, тут не видно. Так, мне нужно... Сейчас сделаем побольше. Окей, here we go. Это должна быть сосиска. Так, I'll draw like this then. Да, это сосиска. Да, в Германии люди любят есть сосиски. Извините, если вы из Германии и вы смотрите это видео, это просто шутка. It's just a joke. Да? Вот. Да, Лёша любит есть сосиски. И что Лёша любит пить? Что пьют люди обычно в Германии? Как вы думаете? Жду ваши сообщения. Значит, у нас есть... Пока ждем ваши сообщения, пока вы пишете, я напомню вам, друзья, если вы здесь только что пришли, у нас 24 человека, очень классно, что сейчас наш стрим мы делаем Black Friday. So we have a Black Friday stream, which means that in 1.5 hours, the Black Friday will end for our course. It's been the course that I've been working for the last 2 years. and it has about 60 videos and about 6.5 hour longs of content. And this made for beginners, for early beginners. It basically helped to get you from A0, from nothing, to A1 level. Like really, like it covers all the main topics for the A1 level. So if you're still struggling with comprehension, if you still feel like you cannot really follow, so try this course, because that course I really packed with really useful information. And right now you can get 50% off, which is going to be about 49 euros, depending, of course, on the VAT in your country. I don't know how much VAT in your country, the tax, but without the tax is 49 euro. I mean, obviously after the 50% off, because the original price is 99 euro. So yeah, go check it out right now. And you have 1.5 hour. Try to do it. That would be really awesome if you can buy this course, and then you can tell me what do you think about it, so we can make more of this in the future for higher levels. Because if this course is not popular, probably I'm not going to make it for anybody else, right? So yeah, anyway, just want to let you know, and let's come back to the story. Right, so let's see, what does сок? Сок, может быть, он любит пить сок, но правильно Тек сказал, он любит пить пиво. Да, он любит есть сосиски. Так, we continue our invert drawing. It's getting more and more complex. Now I have to draw the... Yes. Okay, so it's... Это стакан пива. Да, Лёша любит пить пиво и есть сосиски. Это его любимое хобби. И как вы думаете, друзья, где Лёша... Так, нужно сделать чуть поближе, да? Так, окей. Как вы думаете, друзья, где Лёша обычно... Где он пьет пиво и ест сосиски? А? Так. Все хорошо, Ариэль, не переживай. Next time. Окей, so, да, вопрос, друзья. Где Лёша обычно пьет пиво и ест сосиски? Да? Где обычно люди это делают? В баре, да. А где еще? Может быть, в баре или... Пишите, друзья, в комментариях. Я жду. Видите, там сейчас in the comments you can type in Russian or in English. Better in Russian. So we can make the story. But I need your help. I cannot do it without you guys. So, yeah. I'm waiting for you to tell me about the story. Так, let me... Okay, I think it's fine for now. But, okay, в ресторане. Хорошо, ну, допустим, он ест, да, сосиски и пьет пиво в ресторане. Да, но у Лёши есть проблема. Да? Как вы думаете? У Лёши... Какая проблема у Лёши? Есть идеи? Да, the question was, where does he drink beer and eat sausages? Thank you. У Лёши есть проблема, что он ест слишком много сосисок и пьет слишком много пива. Да, и после этого Лёше ему очень плохо. Его тошнит. Лёшу тошнит. Да, он ест опять сосиски и опять... Да, он ест слишком много, все правильно. Вот. И потом он снова ест и пьет. И его опять тошнит. Извиняюсь за звуки. О, это я. Да, но Лёша, он так любит есть, сосиски и так любит пить пиво, он не может себя остановить, да. He can't stop himself. Вот. И он все это делает и делает постоянно. Вот. Так что Лёша звонит, да. Когда Лёше плохо, он звонит. Кому Лёша звонит? Who does he call when he feels bad? Окей, интересно, Перрон. Ему пришлось курить, чтобы решить эту проблему. Может быть. Лёша, он, курит сигарету, да. Так, вот она, сигарета у него. У нас Лёша такой хороший. То есть он, когда он курит, то ему, будет лучше. Так сказал ему друг. Друг Лёши говорит: "Лёша, если тебе плохо, тебе надо покурить, и все будет хорошо". Я не знаю. Перрон, ты пробовал? Это работает? Это помогает? Но окей. Ага, он звонит маме, он звонит врачу. Нет, он звонит маме. Да, Лёша звонит маме, и он такой и говорит: "Мама, я съел", да. То есть он ел, а он съел — это значит he has eaten, да. То есть мы используем perfective here to show that he has eaten. So он: "Я съел слишком много сосисок, и я выпил", да, выпил слишком много пива. Мама, мама, что делать? Да. И что говорит мама? М? Что говорит мама? Мама говорит: "Тебе надо, сын, тебе надо идти к врачу, да? Тебе надо идти к врачу". Но Лёша не хочет идти к врачу. Он говорит: "Нет, мама, я не люблю врачей". Нет, 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 да? Он не любит врачей, он не хочет туда идти. Но у Лёши есть друг, да? Давайте нарисуем друга Лёши. Секундочку. Так, пусть он будет тоже черный у нас. Это друг Лёши. Друг Лёши очень... Какой он? Друг Лёши, его зовут Дима. Да? Пусть будет Дима. Так, сейчас. In the basement alone. Дима. Так, окей. Вот, это Дима. И Дима говорит Лёше: "Лёша, тебе больше нельзя пить пиво и есть сосиски". Да? Ну, капитан очевидность, да? Captain Obviosity. Такой: "Тебе нельзя есть пиво и нельзя пить сосиски". Лёша говорит: "Нет, ну у меня депрессия". Да, у Лёши депрессия. Поэтому Лёша ест так много сосисок и пьет так много пива. Ну как вы думаете, друзья, почему у него депрессия? Что случилось? Какая проблема у Лёши? Пишите в комментариях. Write in the comments. I need to answer my wife because she doesn't know what I'm doing. Так, секундочку. I'm having a live stream right now. She doesn't know. So I'll take a photo of you guys. Hey, by the way, nobody wrote anything. Ага, Перон, спасибо. Okay, we're gonna come to this moment right now. Okay, let me take a photo of us. Okay. Okay. All right. So, ага, Перон сказал, его девушка изменила ему. Да, это правда. Его девушка изменила ему. So, his girlfriend cheated on him. Да? So, we have изменить. So, изменить, usually it means to change. Да? Что-то изменить, что-то поменять. But in this situation, изменить, that means to cheat. Да? Изменить. So, его девушка изменила ему. Да. Она ему изменила с его другом. Но она изменила ему с Димой. Нет, она не изменила с Димой. Она изменила ему с Сашей. Да? Вот, она изменила ему с Сашей. И Лёша теперь он в депрессии. Как мой друг и моя девушка. То есть ему очень тяжело. Вот. И, значит, Тек говорит, что ему нужно заниматься спортом. Да? Лёше нужно заниматься спортом. Да, конечно, ему нужно заниматься спортом, потому что он целый день, да, он ничего не делает, он только пьет пиво и ест сосиски. Это проблема. Да, но как вы думаете, каким спортом нужно заниматься, Лёше? Какой спорт вы можете порекомендовать для Лёши? Чтобы ему стало лучше, да? Which sport do you think is better? Don't worry about the grammar. It's fine. That's why we're here. So I can help you to correct your grammar. Да? So, лишишься. Лишишься, when it's, I guess he wrote this word. That's actually one of the words that when you spell them in cursive, лишишься, it's basically impossible to read because it's all look like this. You know? So, yeah. Баскетбол. Да, это правда. Лёша, ему нужно заниматься баскетболом или хоккеем. Хоккей или баскетбол? Я думаю, что лучше для Лёши? Я думаю, что для Лёши лучше все-таки баскетбол, потому что он может прыгать, и он может... Он высокий, да? Помним, Лёша, он высокий, да? И он сможет похудеть, да? Лёша сможет похудеть. Вот. И так Лёша и сделал. Он больше не пил пиво и больше не ел сосиски. Он начал заниматься спортом, и он больше не курил тоже. Лёша бросил курить. Да. И он занимался баскетболом каждый день, не знаю, 1 год. Вот. Так, сейчас, секундочку. Да, и что случилось? Лёша, он... Так, сейчас мы сделаем его таким крутым. Так, это очень трудно рисовать. Inverted drawing, it's very hard if you want to make it nice. But okay, anyway. So, Лёша, он вот какой мускулистый стал. Он стал очень мускулистый, у него стала такая хорошая фигура. Вот он. О, хорошо. Так, вот мы сейчас нарисуем. О, да. Поэтому обычно я не рисую в моих видео. Я использую картинки. That's why usually I don't draw in my videos, because you see my drawing skills are terrible, and that's why I just. Да. Ну вот, значит, Лёша занимался баскетболом 1 год. Вот, он занимался баскетболом. И, да, через 1 год он стал чувствовать себя намного лучше. Да, он стал красивый, мускулистый, вот. И как вы думаете, его девушка, она вернулась к нему или нет? Или он нашел себе новую девушку? Какие у вас идеи, друзья? Я жду ваших комментариев. Waiting for your comments. So after one, how to say, после 1 года, after 1 year, да, Лёша стал большим, красивым, мускулистым, да, и что случилось? What happened next? Да? Он нашел новую девушку, as he found a new girl, или его старая девушка, the old girl, came back to him, да, потому что она изменила ему с... Хорошо так. Значит, его девушка, она вернулась, а он сказал нет. Да. Потому что she didn't love him for who he was, да? Она не любила его за то, кем он был. Но теперь, когда он красивый, мускулистый, да, она говорит: Лёша, ты такой красивый, я тебя люблю. Да, но Лёша сказал: нет, ты мне больше не нужна. Ты мне изменила, да? Что? Если я могу использовать EG, что? I don't understand, guys, what you're talking about. In his beard. He made a mess in his beard. A beard beep. Я не знаю, что это такое. Так, хорошо. Ну, в общем, да, такая история. Лёша, the super Лёша. It's a little bit stupid. Очень такая глупая история, но this is what you can do on the spot, you know. You can't do much improvising, but I hope you still enjoyed it, guys. So let me delete this story. Let me, I try my best. Вот. Shema. He finds a new girlfriend named Shema, and the encounter was crazy. Ему становится грустно, а затем он ест. Да, ему стало грустно, но сейчас ему уже лучше, и сейчас он счастливый. Та-да! Happy end. Вот, друзья, секундочку, дайте сейчас я сделаю... так, I'll turn off this one for now. Да, друзья. Haven't gotten muscular yet. Но все впереди, друзья, все впереди. Я думаю, что тебе не нужно быть мускулистым, чтобы быть хорошим человеком. Вот. It's just a funny story. You know, in my stories, I usually exaggerate things or make them a little bit stereotypical, just for people to easy to understand. But obviously, in real life, I don't think you have to be super muscular to be successful in relationships. Now it's time for Sergey advices on the relationships. Yeah, I think it's just about self-confidence. Yeah, you can be big, you can be thin, anything doesn't matter. As long as you feel confident, people are gonna love you. So it doesn't matter. Oh, 10 out of 10. Спасибо. Well, I feel much better right now. Вот, друзья. Yeah, well, I think we're gonna finish after 10 minutes. So then I'll have to go do some stuff. So, yep, just will remind you one last time. I know you're probably already tired, but just if you haven't seen it before, just quickly let me remind you. Only 1 hour left for the Black Friday deal. 50% off the course. And that would be really lovely if you can go there right now. You see the link is there, Sergey storysergey.com/beginner bundle, because this course consists out of 4 mini courses. One of the first actually is for free. You can try it right now. I think you probably already seen it. If you haven't seen it, well, just try it. It's free. And the second, third, and fourth course, they are paid. But yeah, I offer 50% off if you buy all 4. I mean, first is free together. And yeah, that would be lovely if you guys can check it out and tell me what you think. Yeah, so we have only 10 minutes left. So I'm going to wait for your questions. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me right now. I'll be super happy to answer to you. Anything you want, guys. Все, что хотите, я вам расскажу. Вот. I guess I choose not the best time because maybe right now some people are still sleeping or sleeping, I guess in Europe. And yeah, but we'll see anyway. Хороший вопрос. Спасибо, Тек. Сегодня ты задаешь много хороших вопросов. So, Tech говорит, when he first started learning Russian, the Russian alphabet looked weird to him, and the the letters like were funny and jumping and everything. Did Latin look letters odd to me at first? Yes, actually, I remember when I was a kid, когда я был маленький, я видел английский или латинский алфавит, and I was like, tell to my mom, I think maybe, why they don't write normally? Like the Russian was the normal language, but everything else was weird. So that was weird for me. But because I started learning English when I was, how old was I? I was, as far as I remember, 6 years old when my parents hired a tutor for me to learn English. So yeah, that was very fast. It passed. So I can say that after that I was very comfortable with the Latin alphabet. What I'm not comfortable with is the Chinese. If any Chinese here, tell me, guys, why do you have to make such complicated writing system? I love the language. I was learning it a couple of times. 我会说汉语一点儿. That's all I can remember right now. It means I speak a little bit Chinese. No, yeah, I don't, how to say, I don't remember. It's just so difficult. I stopped learning Chinese only because of the writing system, because it's so difficult, so hard writing and reading. It's maybe beautiful to some point, but yeah, it's so difficult for me. So because I don't know, I can't remember anything. Yeah. Okay, that's the question. The next question is other sub languages in Russia as well as Tatar. Whoa. Sub languages? You gotta be careful with that phrase. Sub-languages. So we're talking about subhuman as well? No, those are real languages. It's just that they are. I know what you're trying to say. I'm just joking. Like any like languages which are not on the national level, right? So of course we have a lot of these languages. A lot of them. Like the most common, actually, I can show you right now. 1 second. Russian languages. I think the fourth spoken language in Russia is maybe not the language, but maybe the nationality is actually Chechen. So Russian languages. Oh, let's make languages of Russia. And yeah. So you can see if I go right to the census. Let me share my screen here. 1 second. Here, screen sharing. Here we go. So you can see, guys, right now, right? So speakers. If we go by speakers, yeah. So Tatar would be number 1. Then go Chechen, number 3. Then Bashkir, and Ukrainian is only number 4. I mean, obviously after Russian, we're talking about. And then we also have Chuvash, which is the Republic of Chuvashia. I have Avar, which is in Dagestan, Kabardinian, and many, many others. Most of them are Turkic or Caucasian or Uralic descent. You can see, and of course we have Buryat. This is where I'm from. I'm from the region of Siberia, where we have a lot of Buryat people. And yeah, this is really cool language. I mean, I actually want to learn it someday. I want to learn Mongolian first, and then maybe come to Buryat. So yeah. So do you teach Russian accent that sounds the most intelligent and respectful? In America, there are southern accents that make one sound unintelligent. Is the same in Russian? It's a very good question. Actually, Russian, I think it's one of the languages, or if you're talking about Russia as a country, which I don't know if there's any ratio, but like if we're talking about the space, the size of the country, or the amount of speakers and amount of accents, is just so low. Because we have, for the whole Russia, we have maybe 2 or 3 main accents or dialects, right? 3, maybe 4. And then we have tiny, let's say, they don't even call it dialects, they call it like speech, you know. So I can say the majority of people from Vladivostok, next to Japan, to Brest in Belarus, which is not Russia, I know, but the people speak their Russian. So we kind of speak the same language. There are some different mild differences, but we can understand each other easily. So of course, I teach the intelligent Russian. Actually, I can even tell you that the people from my region, where I'm from, we usually tend to speak faster because it's freaking cold in winter. So you gotta say everything fast when you go outside. And we also, there is a stereotype or theory that the Siberian Russian is the purest Russian, because we had a lot of the intelligent people who were sent to Siberia during the rebel times of the Tsar, the Decembrists and others. So when they came to Siberia, they were there some time, and they were opening schools, and that's why they kind of preserve Russian at that form. And in Moscow and St. Petersburg is more mixed because it's a lot of people from everywhere coming. So yeah, intelligent Russian. Okay. So, я хочу знать, если я могу использовать некоторые слова, все для ситуации. Вот моя сестра. Okay. Yeah, so that's a good question. If we're talking about вот и здесь. Вот моя сестра. So what, it's actually, I don't know linguistically what is the word, but it means something that whenever you have, whenever you want to point to something, you use the word what. I mean, what has many meanings, but in this context, it means like, here is my sister, what moja sestra. It's like, I want to, usually that means to, how to say, to introduce someone. But if I say, здесь моя сестра, that would be, I actually have to know, is she here or she is right here. So здесь, it's about more, the accent goes on the place, whereas вот is more accent on the person. That's the main difference. Watching in Moscow. Oh, okay. Hey, привет, Москве. I watch your videos, learning from it. Been here for quite a while, but still can't speak the language. Although my vocabulary has improved a bit. Filipino here. Okay, Filipino. I was in Philippines. Amazing country, amazing people, very friendly, nice. And I want to say that you gotta start find like Russian speakers, who will be willing to exchange with you with English. You know, if you speak English, then it's gonna be a lot of people. And I think in Moscow there are definitely some like speaking clubs, because it's just, I know it's so hard just to start speaking to the natives outside, because a lot of Russians, like any other people, they don't have patience for somebody who doesn't speak their language perfectly. But at the same time, a lot of Russians older, they don't speak English, so you have no other choice. You have to speak to them, because the younger generation, they can switch to English, right? And that will be difficult. Okay, let's see. I didn't do it. My ancestor did it. I know. The same with Russian grammar. I didn't do it. My ancestors did it. I don't blame you. It's just a joke. So don't get upset about it. I still love Chinese language. It's amazing language, I think. Hard to read cursive. Well, I think my cursive is definitely hard to read, because sometimes when I write in cursive, I can't understand myself. What did I write there? So, because in schools they teach us to write cursive, and like they pay a lot of time, spend a lot of time and attention on that. But some people succeed in it, some people don't. So I didn't succeed in it very well, and even till this day, sometimes when I write cursive, I was like, "What the hell did I write here?" So it's, yeah, that's why I can say it's hard. It depends on the person. Like some people would have a really nice writing, and some people have terrible. So it depends who you read. Okay, Urdu. Yeah. So of course the Arabic or Urdu, it's difficult, the writing system. Yeah, разные акценты, но не разные языки. No, in Russia we have. By the way, hey to Brazil. Yeah, I see you wrote a couple of times. I didn't react to it. I have never been to Brazil, but I really want to go. My best friend, one of my good friends, Joel, he loved Brazil, and he told me a lot of good things about this country. He thinks it's the best country in the world. I don't know. I have to go try it for myself. So yeah. Same time, some. Yeah, I know that when the cursive, they all look kind of similar and everything. So okay, guys, I guess we're gonna finish here. Thank you so much for being here. And just before we end, one last time, you're tired of this, but I'm still gonna do this. If you still want to support me and get an amazing deal on your Russian comprehension and you're still beginner, go check out the course. It's Story Sergey. I always forget this one. I wrote it myself. storysergey.com/beginner bundle. You're getting at 50% off for the course. The course and the promo code ends in 1 hour. So you gotta know that. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for being here. Спасибо, друзья. До скорого и пока-пока.